Today we're at Square Pizza Company in San Diego, hanging out with Frederico and his partner at their pizza business. They're selling Detroit-style pizza in San Diego. Recent transplant from New England to San Diego a few years back. They're going to take us on a tour around his pizzeria, show us how they make Detroit-style pizza, show us how they make beach-style pizza, which is something they're bringing to the San Diego area, and all around their pizza shop. This was a great visit, great pizza, and I can't wait to show you behind the scenes of Square Pizza Company.
Amazing place. I mean, I don't.
And how long you been here?
9 years. Yeah. So we're on the 9th year right now.
Can we go inside and
Let's
take a look?
go inside.
Let's go.
Come on in. It's a small place.
Oh,
it's a
nice.
slice shop.
Yeah.
So come on in. It should smell like home.
It smells like my whole life.
There you go. I like it. Yeah.
This is pretty big though. It's got really high ceilings.
It does.
I didn't expect to have nice high ceilings in here. And
Yeah. So this is Bruno, my business partner, big pizza guy too.
hi, Bruno. How are you?
Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So we fell in love with this thing. Before we used to have seats here. We had a little table, some seats. We had some high seats over
Is
here.
that before COVID?
Before
Yeah.
COVID. This wasn't here. This window slides out. So during COVID, what we did was slide out the window. We served people out and close the door. Yeah, but it's a small counter. It's a slice shop. It truly is like, I went to Tony's Gimignani Pizza School in San Francisco in 2014. It has the slice house.
Yeah.
At the time, it was only one slice house. Now they're everywhere.
You got a ton of them now.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think he signed 100 last year.
Jesus.
There's 2 coming to San Diego.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Tony's 10. Oh,
He's a good guy though.
he's a great guy. Tony,
So
I love him.
what kind of pizza do you do here?
So we do Boston Beach Pizza, what we call it back there, beach pizza or bakery pizza.
Which is what?
Which is a Sicilian, a thin Sicilian, a rolled out Sicilian. That's
Okay.
the difference. Rolling out, you really compress that crumb and create that flaky crust.
Okay.
You really have layers, almost like it feels like a layered dough. It's super thin. It comes out super crispy. When it comes out, of course, being in a pizza box for a long time, it will change the structure. We also do a Sicilian. We make it upside down. I went to New York one time back in the day, doing a pizza tour, whatever, on my own. Stumbled upon this place in Brooklyn, LB Spumoni Garden.
Oh yeah, very famous one.
Very famous. I didn't know that there was a thing.
Yeah.
I walked in there because I saw people eating pizza and some people told me. And they're like, oh, this is an upside down pizza. And I was like, there's no cheese on this pizza. And I was like, how weird is that? And they're like, no, the cheese is down below.
Under the sauce, they
Under
do,
the
right?
sauce. And I'm like, it blew my mind. I was like, this is fantastic. So I kind of make one it's not a copycat. Like, we're not copying anyone, including Tripoli.
But you can
pizza.
get inspiration just because you're doing
Yes.
something that's.
That's correct.
Listen, it's not rocket science. We're not inventing something. It's
No.
been around for a long time. Everybody puts their own spin on it.
Yeah, the analogy that I think that makes a lot of sense is like music. You know, you might like Led Zeppelin, The Doors.
Yeah.
And you play an instrument. Are you gonna be playing their songs? No. If you want to create your own, you kind of you get things from everything that you like, and this is it. That's the thing. Like,
So do you get a lot of visitors here from New England?
we got a lot of transplants here.
Yeah.
From New England.
So they know those places
a
that
lot
you.
of, a lot of them. They'll walk in and they'll see the names. Did you notice the names? We kind of name each pizza after the towns.
I didn't notice that until just now.
Yeah, so, you know, got Newburyport. I had a pizzeria in Newburyport. I had one in Amesbury and one in Seabrook, New Hampshire.
Okay.
I was a franchisee.
Of which one was it?
Sal's Pizza.
Oh yeah.
The big,
Yeah.
the big 19-inch,
Yeah.
3-pound pizza.
He was the one in New England who really did like that big pizza, New York kind of style pizza
It
with the
was.
sliced windows.
It was the big slice.
Yeah, before anybody else.
Cut the pizza into 4s, just quarters, and serve that big slab as a slice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sal is he's an amazing guy.
He's a good entrepreneur because he has a lot of real estate.
He's just, Sal is you know, you look at him and he's a politician. He knows how to do everything. But, you know, unfortunately,
business is business, right?
Yeah, I had to go one way.
Yeah.
I got to a point that I felt like I had, my hands were tied and I couldn't get creative. But I knew one side of the business, which was running and, you know, like how a clean P&L, how to run a place efficiently. but I didn't know how to make dough and all the back end because we got that shipped in from the commissary a few times a week. So that's why I went to Tony's school. So Tony for me was like, we go back to like 2005 when I was like starting the whole business, and I used to do computer science. I worked in IT for a long time. I was in college. It was like just a few months before graduating, you know, and I got a summertime job at a pizzeria at Sal's Pizza. And then I dropped out of college. I liked it so much, and I was like, you know what, I can see myself doing this.
Yeah.
And then I went to work for another guy that was opening a Sal's Pizza in Amesbury. We did really well. We became partners. We went to open a second one, and then kind of took over that one.
Yeah.
Got Seabrook in the mix. Opened Newburyport last. Had a great run. Like I said, things happened.
Yep.
And got to the point.
You're in sunny San Diego now.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it, no way.
Could you show us around a little bit?
Yeah, let's go in.
So what you do? Did you do Detroit style? You do the Sicilian, and then you do the beach pizza here.
That's correct. Nothing else. There's
no New Yorks or anything like that?
No New Yorks. There's no round pizzas. The only round thing that we do is the Brazilian cheese bread because we're Brazilian. So this is the stuff that we grew up eating.
What is the Brazilian cheese bread?
So
I think I've had that before.
Right. So like most people will know like Brazi Bites and that brand.
Yeah.
You know, I mean nothing against them, but like being from Minas Gerais, the state in Brazil that originated this, to me that's not cheese bread. So we decided to make our own. Yeah, it's tapioca flour, so they're naturally gluten free.
Okay.
All the good stuff. It's a great snack option. It's heavy on protein. It's milk. It's whole milk, cheese, a lot of cheese and eggs. So it's gluten free. It's a really healthy, nutritious snack. So we got a Sicilian here.
So this is the Sicilian one?
This is the Sicilian. LB does not do basil or anything. There's slather sauce all over. This is our take, like I said.
Yep.
That's cupping pepperoni. It will cup up once you go back in the oven. There's some Detroit's coming out. Normally we have
it's early. We're here before you guys really get going and open.
Right, 11:30. So we're proofing some doughs right now.
How many pizzas do you guys make in a day?
It depends. Like, I mean, we prep quite a lot, you know, to overlap. So it's 3 different styles. So there's not a way to say like, oh, Detroit's will do this. Like we'll do over 100 Detroit's and sell the other styles too. But some days this style will pop, and some days that style will pop. Like on a hot, sunny day, I feel like people they think like, oh, I don't want that much dough. They'll lean towards the thinner crust, you know, because it feels like lighter.
Yeah.
Even though that one is almost as light, or if not lighter than the thin crust, it's just a lot of air. So this is the back. This is my buddy Joey. He's introduce you to him. He's a pizza guy too, San Diego guy. Does his own pop-ups.
How you doing?
I've been around the block for a long time. Bruce follows you. He knows you.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw the Edge episode.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the back of the house.
This is where this is where like the magic happens, right? Where all the dough's processed and made.
Ish. This is my desk. This is our office desk right here. It's funny because people don't understand, but that's another thing that, you know, whenever you go to a place that serves beach pizza in New England, you're gonna see. I don't know if it was adapted from.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was adapted from someone's house back in the day, and they had a, you know, like a literal.
Like a literal desk.
Yeah. So this is what we use to proof the big doughs for beach pizza.
Yeah.
The big 3-pound doughs like that. So there's no cabinet. That's how we proof the dough. The Detroit's are proofed in
Wait a second. So this is like what they did at the place.
Correct.
That's how you got this idea for having a desk.
Yeah. So every place that you go over there that, you know, serves bakery beach pizza will have one of these desk-looking things that with drawers, which was pretty funny.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
when I used to see, and the pans are custom-made, blue steel, 29 by 19. You don't see them anywhere. They kind of look like Roman.
Yeah, it does.
They are bigger than Roman, but they're custom made. Fantastic pans, family on the
You get these
Northeast.
custom made. Who do you get them from?
It's a place in New Hampshire. The family have been in business since.
Is it like a metal place that
Yeah, metal.
they just
Fabricate.
specifically made these? Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like metal fabricators.
Yeah.
And they make those.
How long do these last?
Fantastic. Oh,
Forever?
Forever. Longer than us.
You don't wash these either,
No,
do you?
you
Just
do
oil
not
them?
wash.
Yeah,
Yep,
clean them,
yep.
oil them.
So, workhorses. Yeah, we got quite a few of them. Detroit's are Lloyd pans.
Yeah.
You know, nothing fancy.
So these are the Detroit pans?
These are the Detroit pans. Yeah, we got a bunch over there. Now they get clean. They get.
Do you
white.
wash those?
We wash them every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a believer on the pan holds the flavor thing.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I've had some pizzas that I wish the pan
Was clean?
before. If it's not well taken care of, it can come across as rancid.
Yeah. Gets
So-
that black stuff on the pizza
Yeah.
too if it's not clean.
So a
well.
lot of oils, you know, that oil that sits down there, you know, it gets reheated, cool down, reheated, cool down,
Yeah.
more oil added. You know, now you're dealing with fats that are just rancid, that's gonna soak up on the bottom of the pizza, and it's just not a flavor that I'm into.
Yeah.
I like the clean flavor. I like the pizza, you know, once you have the pizza, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'll have enough bark on the bottom, on the carriage, that you don't need the old fats to make up.
Do you make the dough every morning here?
Yeah, we make dough.
What time do you guys get in here and make the dough?
So this morning was 6 a.m.
Ooh.
Normally we don't have to do that this early because our dough is 24 hours. It's not 72 hours, it's 24 hours. So we usually have enough to start the day.
Yep.
And we make the dough on that day to finish the day and start the next day. It's just, you know, it's Detroit pizza.
Yeah.
Once you set the dough, our pizzas get par baked.
Okay.
So once you set the dough, it's done. It's
Yeah.
done deal. There's no fermentation. There's nothing else that's going to happen. It's just time.
And you par bake them.
Yeah, we do par bake them. Yeah, yeah.
That's what a lot of people are doing now. Par bake. It makes it a lot easier to finish them.
A lot of people are not a fan of. I understand that. A lot of people are a fan of. You know, it goes back to what we say. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's no one that's going to come in. You know, no one, not even like Tony Dominion, that can come down and say, hey, this is not. Because even in Detroit, some people do one way, some people do another way, and you know.
That's what the great thing about pizza is. It's an adaptation of what you want to do.
Amen to that.
You know, so
100%.
did you try to make them not par baked and it
We
just
did.
wasn't working out?
Yeah, I did a lot of.
It just didn't come out the way you wanted it to?
No, it did not.
Yeah.
It was just difficult to work, difficult for employees. You have to be extremely gentle.
Yeah.
Plus, like some days you might do, you know, like 150 pizzas, and some days you might not do that. So how do you prepare?
Right.
Like for me, it was just too much of a variable.
Because the par baked crust can last a day or
That's
two, right?
it. Yeah. Once, like I said, once it's far big, it's set.
Yeah.
It's set, so you can bang the pan and the dough won't deflate.
Right.
You know, especially on a high hydrated dough. You know, that I use King Arthur flour. Not just a plug, but I love them. I went to bread school at King Arthur in Vermont.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, right after Tony's.
Okay.
Flew back to Boston. 1 week after that, I went to Vermont for 2 weeks.
Just for that?
Stayed at King Arthur,
Oh,
making
wow.
bread, learning everything about bread. I ended up using their flour. I had a stack of flours there. I had pretty much every flour, and I made a batch of dough with every single flour, the same dough, same recipe. Invited a bunch of people over, and I said, you know, you guys try it out and vote on the best one,
Yeah.
what you guys like best. I was biased on that one, but they all voted for that one. So I was like, you know, it was
There you
meant
go.
to be. So
Yeah.
that's what I stuck with it. That's what we use. So it's
Was this the flour over here?
Yep, it's on the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
So
You don't mind if I show this? You mind if I show this?
No, not at all. I love them, so you can show whatever you want.
There you go.
It is 11%, 11.5% protein, so it's lower on the gluten scale.
Do you get that from, who do you get for a distributor around here?
You have all your regulars. You got Shamrock, you got Cisco. We buy from Shamrock and Cisco, but Performance, which used to be Roma, Greco and Sons, they're really good for some specific stuff like Calabrian chilies, peppadews, and you know, some of the stuff that we have in the little market there.
Oh yeah.
They're really good for that. You know, but for the bulk items, pretty much everything comes out of Shamrock and
they carry the
Cisco.
flour for you?
They do carry the flour, yeah.
Do you guys do delivery here?
We do, but only through DoorDash. We have an exclusive deal with DoorDash, so it's only through them.
So they order from your website or them?
So on the website, it has a link to DoorDash.
So they can order from you, say they want to deliver it, and it goes to DoorDash for the delivery driver.
That's correct.
Do you do a lot of deliveries?
A lot.
There's a like densely populated area around here, so I'm sure there's a lot of people that get delivery.
Yeah, like
a lot
Pacific
of houses
Beach.
right over there.
Yes.
Single
well,
family
Pacific
houses.
Beach a little less because one side is the ocean, the other side is the bay.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, as you go towards downtown North Park, it gets really square foot, a lot more people. But there's a lot of people here, and DoorDash has a wider range than we could have ourselves. So it kind of works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those delivery drivers don't have to come back.
That's right.
They just go
it's
one way,
and from that way they take another one.
That's way easier than having it. Because then if you have drivers that got to come back, you can only do 3 miles. They probably do 6 or 7.
We did for a long time. We did it ourselves. I mean, it's great because you control the process more because you know where you're going from here. You're going from A to B.
Right.
DoorDash sometimes they'll have 2 or 3 deliveries that they'll do a round, and that's not ideal. But you know, it's less liability for us. It's longer, wider range. So it's some downside. I feel like more upside.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
What kind of oven is that?
So this is a WP. It's from Germany.
Ah.
That's what they had at King Arthur.
So that's what you got from King Arthur?
Well, they had one that's was like 6 times the size, and you know. And
That's 4-deck oven?
4 decks, independent. It's like Pizza Master wasn't a thing. When we looked, I think Pizza Master they were like at their very beginnings. So we couldn't get like straight answers at the time, and this is the one.
Is this electric or gas?
Electric. It's just like, you know, big computer.
Oh yeah.
You control top, bottom heat. You know.
And are these all set at different temperatures?
Yes, they are.
So for different pizzas, or for like certain pizzas that heating up slices?
Yeah. So the beach pizza, which is this guy right here. So that's how it is. So we roll the dough out. We par bake with just the sauce, just like a Roman pizza. Just like a Roman pizza. And now he gets the cheese, he gets the toppings, he goes back without the pan.
Okay.
Right on the hearth.
That's when it gets the bottom?
That's when it gets crispy.
Did you use the same sauce for all of it?
No, we do not. So that one has a slightly
sweeter
sauce. Sweeter and runnier. It's just a little, you know, there's a method. If he does another one, we'll show you guys how to do it.
Okay. So is it the same dough for all the different style of pizza?
Same dough, different fermentation.
Okay.
Different techniques, different fermentation. The people come in and they'll have each, and they'll be like, holy shit, I would never be able to say that.
It's the same dough?
They were the same dough. And I'm gonna serve you some slices and you see that. And another analogy that I make is like the same parents will have 3 kids and they'll each grow to be different people.
Definitely.
Depending on pressures and how they are. So dough.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah. Create the lip on that. Like that.
Okay. Did you put the sauce on before you cook it or after?
Before. So just like a Roman pizza, it gets par baked with the sauce on, and then toppings will go on after the fact. But it's a high hydration dough. We're about 70-some%.
Okay.
72. It's a very loose dough, especially since that flour is only 11.5% protein. So sometimes a little tricky to work with, but
Is it forgiving though?
it's somewhat forgiving. You know,
Sometimes the dough is a little forgiving, or it's not, and it's like a mess.
Yeah. You know, so the gluten, you know, imagine that gluten scale going from 11 to, you know, say in New York, 14%.
Yeah.
14% on a low hydration and mixed a little longer, you're gonna have a dough that's, you know, that you can spin for days, you know. But that's also tough on your digestive system.
Yep.
So I just like how this feels on the stomach, because, you know, like I'm over 40, mid 40s now, and it's digestion is it's changing a lot.
I hear you.
Joe, you want this in right away? One of them? Okay, I'll do one so Bruce can. So the bottom deck is not on, but it's just like 85, 90 degrees right now. Par baked a couple of those here. So we use that bottom deck sometimes just to proof if we need something a little faster.
Just hotter than
A little hotter than ambient, which is 68 degrees right now. It's a little dry.
Oh, that's a huge.
It's a big one. It's a big pizza, so it gets baked with oregano.
Okay.
So the sauce is made in a way that it runs just enough.
Oh yeah. Done now.
Yeah.
Then you cook it like that? You finish cooking
Cook it like that.
How long does that take to cook?
This is gonna be 13 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I got you a pizza in there.
What are those timers for? Are those timers?
Timers.
For the ovens?
For everything. So you can see a bunch of 330s, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So on this side, it's all slices or thin crust pizzas.
Okay.
On that side is all Detroits or gluten-free. So
Okay. So when you're cooking them, you just time it out?
Put in, timer goes on, always.
Go.
Before we had a, fridge here, and it was a little different. This was over there. So, as we...
How many square feet is this whole place?
We have a mezzanine up on top. With that
Is that just storage up there?
Storage, dry storage boxes and the dry stuff. 900?
Okay, so it's not big at all.
No, it's not big at all. And then we had the ability to get this guy, so it's not even a production, but
Oh, this is where all your other stuff is. Okay.
Yeah, at first we only had this side. There was a wall here, so we finally got this other side too. But this is where we make gluten-free. We shred cheese. We shred cheese every day.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got the cheese hog.
Yeah, cheese hog. This is an old Palazzolo. People don't even know. People watching your channel right now, they might not even know this model.
What is this? Which one is this?
This was from 1997.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right. So when I got the Sal's Pizza in Seabrook, they had this one, which was not used because we got shredded cheese from the commissary. So this is I brought this one with me. So imagine this, 1997, man, this is almost 30 years.
It's like these in Hobart's or these machines, like they don't break.
Yeah, knock on wood.
I know, very.
Yeah,
and if they do, they're pretty simple to fix.
It is. I have to replace the on and off switch on this thing a couple of times. But man, what a fucking workhorse.
I can tell the difference between pizza with shredded cheese, like freshly shredded cheese, or pre-shredded too.
Oh yeah.
It tastes better with shredded.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We do every day. We use grande mozzarella, cheddar, white cheddar cheese for the pizzas, but.
Oh, so you grind a lot.
Yeah. We don't think about price at all when it comes down to, like we get the ingredient that we want. Salespeople hate that, because they come in and say, hey man, I got this cheese, and I'm like, don't even waste my time and yours, because it's going here and going through that.
Yeah, salespeople for pizzeria owners do it wrong. Yeah. They come in and say, hey, I can save you money by taking a product you use and making it a lesser product. They should come in and be like, hey, this product they use is just as good as this one, or just save me money by telling me how I can buy the same product.
It's like you know, they're biased. You know, they're invested on that, and sometimes the margin on that product will be better. I'm not shitting on them. They're fantastic. They're great to us. You know, at the end of the day, we have great relationship with them, but I feel like sometimes they think we're dicks because we're like, no. You know, we buy what we like.
Yeah.
You know, like for a long time I used Bianco di Napoli until I had supply issues, and I love Rob and I love the family. We use Stanislaus now, 100% Stanislaus. It was easier. It was one decision that I made. I wish I could have made only with one tomato.
Yeah.
But you know.
You use different tomatoes for your pizzas too, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So we 3 different tomatoes.
So you make the dough out there?
We make the dough over there. Over here, we just shred cheese. There's nothing.
Shred
nothing
cheese,
happens.
storage over here?
Cold storage. There's no walk-in. There's nothing. Like I said, if it wasn't for this place, we couldn't even be here because it's just simply we.
I've seen a lot of places go without a walk-in now and go more towards this than having a full-blown walk-in.
Well, we could put a walk-in, but it would kill the space.
Yeah, it takes up the whole space and then compressor on there. Yeah. Plus, if one of these goes down, you have backups, and it's easy to get that replaced.
That's right. Yeah.
How much would it cost you to rebuild this whole pizzeria? Like if you had to do it today?
Today, I'd say over 400.
Because of all the equipment?
Yeah, we bought everything brand new. All the fridge, everything was true. Like we bought with the idea of like, you know, at least 5 to 7 years without headaches.
Yeah.
You know, they have a really good warranty, and thankfully, it's been the case.
That's good.
Yeah, but we take good care of it. We clean the compressors 6-7 times a year. We do it ourselves. Like I know you mentioned several times on your various channels, like, you know, operators. We're everything. Plumbers.
Yep.
You know, electrician. Not so much. I don't want to burn anything down, the place down. You know, but silly stuff, like we do it all.
Yeah.
We do it all. We get on.
I totally. You have to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have. It's not about money. Sometimes it's about timing.
Yeah.
It happens Friday at 3 o'clock, and you're like, no one's gonna come here today.
Yeah.
I got to get this going for the weekend.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't think it that way, but you know, like went to Harbor Freight, got a big compressor for, you know, $200 or whatever. You know, you go and you clean the coils on these things, and guess what? You don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's what happens to them.
That's what happens. You know, especially flour.
Yeah.
Flour clogs up everything.
Yep.
And you don't pay attention to that until it's running warm, and then you call the guy over, and the guy like, holy shit! Like, of course.
Or you kill the compressor, and that's $600-700 just for a new compressor.
That's right. You know, or worse. You know, or you lose everything that's in there, or lose your dough, lose the next day. You know, yada yada yada. So it's just keeping up on that, and you know, it's not easy. It's that old joke, right? It's easy to make a small fortune on the food business. You just have to start with a larger one. It's just, you know.
Do you like it though?
I love it.
You can make money. You can make money.
You can.
It's harder. It's harder for the guys like us who have been around for a long time because we saw it in the heyday. But I think that if you start today, you just got to start differently than maybe we did.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays you have more actually, because you know, prior to the whole social media thing, it was like shaking hands. Like my place in Seabrook, for example, you know, like I have the same customers from on the last day from day one. It was like, you know, like, I live in the house that belonged to my father.
Yeah.
I grew up over here, and the kids come in, and you know, at 11:30 you get busy. At 5 o'clock you get busy. You could predict. So now a place like San Diego, you know, big college, military, huge. So it's fluid, right? It's always changing. Like my lease is up. I'm moving back east. Oh, I got moved. I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of in and out. So you constantly building.
So you're saying the population here is transient, so
Yes.
you're constantly trying to find new people.
That's right.
Or get people who move here aware of you.
Yeah, it's good and bad. You know, it's bad because you lose regulars.
But you have a good reputation here.
Yes, it's good because you know, because of that reputation.
Yeah.
You kind of get people to come in and kind of try you out, and like next thing you know, they're regulars and they're bringing other people in because everyone likes pizza. You know, I think most people like pizza. And once they find that neighborhood spot that's laid back, casual, doesn't break the bank, but brings quality, value, right? Like not talking about price, just value on the whole. You know, the music that plays, how the customer service is.
Yep.
You know. Like I never look at price. Price, I don't care. You know, charge $50 on a pizza. Yeah, it might be pricey, but you know, if the experience around that thing brings value to my life, forget it.
That's the name of the game, right there.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
I love
it. That's what we try to do. You know, it's how we treat people. You walk in. You know, someone comes in. You'll see. We ask them like, is this your first time? And they say yes, and like, thanks for coming in. We always start with that.
Yeah.
You know, let me give you a quick rundown on what we have. You know, so already building that relationship. You know, oh, you've been here before? Yeah, I've been here before. Thanks for coming back. You know, what'd you have last time? What do you want to do this time? So I think the whole thing is stacking little boxes that you're like, oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Instead of like, hey, how can I help you?
Which is a lot of places are like that. Yeah, it's tough.
But for me, in those places, you only see price.
Yes.
Because that's what you pay to get thing out of there. So where's the value? And now your rationale is fully on the pizza. Because, oh man, this thing has to be the deal maker right here. And once you bite into that and you're like,
definitely.
Scratch.
I love it.
Next.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you having me and showing me around.
Thank you.
Where can people go check you out? On Instagram, right?
Square Pizza Co.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
The website, squarepizzaco.com?
Squarepizzaco.com.
We'll link all that up in the...
Thanks for everything that you do for us.
Thank
Operators especially. A lot of, if you don't follow, you should.
Thank you.
You suck if you don't, because especially everything that you share, like the condensation, sometimes you do those bullet points and everything that I learned. I mean, do what you want, but the learning curve is steep on this thing. Yeah. So you can either, you know, like side along with someone who's been around successful operators and get pointers. It will make your life a lot easier.
That's why I interview guys like yourself for people who are watching this, because like you've been in the business for a while, and things that they can learn by. It's cool to be on a podcast and listen, but to see your operation and see how you set things up and like things you would do differently if you were going to do it today. It's like that's super valuable to someone who's going to invest a ton of money in their business.
I ask myself before I jump into a next thing. I always ask, like, would I do it again? You know, before I say yes. And the answer to this day is still yes. Hence why I'm doing. You know, thinking of another one. But you know, a lot of people that wants to do this thing. I mean, it's totally possible. If you're out there, but don't think that you can go from a pop-up doing 20 pies, working some days, most are your friends, to open a brick and mortar. This will suck the life out of you and money too. So be prepared. But if you're willing, if you really like, you're not gonna make pizza. You're gonna be the plumber. You're gonna be the cleaner. You're gonna be the babysitter for some people. You know, but if you really like it and if you can work 80 hours, 90 hours, don't complain, go home. If you don't have an expensive lifestyle that you're going to open something up and say, oh my God, I need to draw money right away. If that tree cannot grow to bear fruits, you're not going to eat. You know, and that tree needs to be strong enough that you can put your hammock on and, you know, eventually take a rest.
Takes years.
That's
great advice right there.
We're still at it. I've been doing this for 20 years, 25 years. We're still at it.
That's great.
We're still at it.
Great advice and very honest and very true. So thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks to the guys. for having me at Square Pizza Company in San Diego. We will link up their Instagram, their website, and their address in the description of this video. So if you are in the San Diego area, I highly recommend you check them out. If you're either traveling to San Diego or maybe you live there and you haven't seen them yet, great Detroit-style pizza. Beach-style pizza, too, which is something that you don't get everywhere. Those guys are doing a great job over there. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Where are you watching this from? What's the name of your pizzeria? Maybe we'll add you to the list of visits in the near future. Thank you so much for tuning into the Pizza Insider. We'll see you next week, everybody.